Hey, Amelie here from Neozoa Entertainment. Just recently we asked on our social media channels, we asked for volunteers to become our beta testers. Primarily now for Navigatum, but also for all other upcoming apps and games. And quite recently we got the question like, what is a beta tester and what would be my responsibilities as a beta tester? And also, should I decide to do that, how do I actually become a beta tester? And I thought I'd just do a little video to sum this up for y'all. So your responsibilities as a beta tester, or what a beta tester for us would do, is just you get upcoming apps and also upcoming versions of existing apps before anybody else does. And by that you could use the app like you would usually use that app and point out any bugs or inconveniences or whatever doesn't sit well with you with the new version of the app or the new app. And by that, you allow us, by telling us that, not, you don't keep that information to yourself, but you just tell us. And by telling us that information, you actually allow us, that is actually me, to fix that before anybody else runs into the same problem. Because problem with developers that test their own code is you can only think of what you already thought of, If something hadn't crossed my mind that it could go wrong, I didn't check for it, So it'd be great to just have more people have a look at that, have users that regularly use that app, or that would be regularly users of that app once that app is published, to just look over it and point out anything that doesn't go to their liking, whether it's a bug or whether it's just something like this button it shouldn't be there, it should be somewhere else, or I don't understand what this feature is doing, Things like that. You just point that out to us and I can fix it. So that's basically it. You will always get, for each new version, you will get a list of what's new, but it also is quite good if you could just test like across the board, if you could just use the app like you would usually use that app, because you never know whether anything else somewhere else might be negatively impacted as well by a change. So that's for what a beta tester would do. And now, hopefully you think like, oh, I can do that. That actually sounds kind of like fun. So how do you become a beta tester? Well, that's quite easy. You just go to our website. There's a link. I will put the link into the description as well. And there's a form. You can just fill that out and we will get back to you and add you to that list. And what you do is you just put in your name. Okay, you put in the platforms. Right now we don't have Windows apps, but there is one in development. So if you are prepared to also test on a Windows PC, feel free to check that box. And then there's a field for an email address. And this must be the email address that you use in the store that you want to test, because we have to technically tell the store what accounts to distribute the beta version to. So this is to make this work on a technical level. And then there's a contact email address. In case your store email address, you say, okay, I actually don't really use that email address anymore. I would rather we use another email address. You can put that there and we will send all emails that we have to send you to do the beta testing to that email address. Don't worry, we won't be spamming anything to you. It's just like you need invitational links to actually access the new versions or those new apps. And also sometimes if there's bigger changes, we might want to send you an email and explain what actually changed and what you might want to focus on in testing. And then languages, just click any language that you feel comfortable testing in. Right now we only have English and German already implemented in, for example, Navigatum, but we are looking to extend that at least for other apps to other languages, and be just insightful for us to know who could actually already test in those languages. And then also which apps would you want to test. So that's a drop down, either anything or everything that comes out. Don't worry, you will always get an invitational link, and if you don't click that link, you're good, I don't expect you to just test and not like across the board, even if an app is just not to your liking, okay? So you will always get an invitation link, and you can always just ignore that, and then that's the end of that. And you can also say, okay, I only want to test Navigatum because I already know that app, or I want to test Navigatum and anything else HEMA related you publish, because there is actually 2 more apps in the making right now. Not saying they're going to be out anytime soon, but at some point in time they will come out. And maybe also I just want to test games because it's my free time. That's also fine. And then we have the 3 mandatory checkboxes here. The privacy policy, of course, you always have to kind of accept that. Then we will, as I told you, we will send you mails regarding the beta testing. Don't worry, we will not use your contact email address for anything else. And also there's a small non-disclosure agreement, a small NDA. It's nothing fancy, it's just that, I mean, you can probably understand that we don't want anybody else posting some change we're about to make before we posted it. So it's just a very, very basic thing that's telling you, you know, please don't, you know, take the stage from us. We really want to publish that ourselves. Okay, you just click register and you're in. And I hope this has made you comfortable enough to actually consider. And I would love to see you on our beta tester team.